give us permission.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to ask that everybody keeps their audio on mute until it's your turn to speak, so that way we avoid echo. But let's keep the videos on. I think we'd really appreciate seeing everybody. So if you could keep your video on, that would really be great. So I'm Dr. Jane Okech. I'm faculty member in the counseling program, and I'm really thrilled to get us started today. And so dear graduates, current students, staff, and faculty, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to today's ceremony to celebrate the accomplishments of our May and August 2020 graduates. I want to thank all of you, especially our graduates, for taking the time to join us for this virtual ceremony after an incredibly challenging semester. When the spring 2020 classes began during the week of January 13th, none of us could have imagined what this spring semester would require of all of us in order to get to the end of the academic year successfully. For our students, the pandemic literally turned their lives upside down, and for a while, none of the students whose graduation we celebrate today knew for certain that they would meet degree requirements and graduate on schedule. This group of graduates will hold the distinction of being the first in the history of the counseling program to graduate in the midst of a global pandemic. They will also hold the distinction of being the first in our program's history to transition to unprecedented remote learning after beginning the spring semester in traditional face-to-face classes, and to complete their clinical work and terminal degree requirements, such as orals and portfolio submissions, 100% online. What this challenging period illuminated was a group of students defined by courage, resilience, determination, and commitment to their clients and to meeting their academic and professional goals. I cannot say enough how impressed I am with the group of students I had the opportunity to work with this spring. Through significant personal and professional challenges, they stayed the course. Through significant internship changes, from seeing clients face-to-face to telecounseling, from a full client load to a trickle of clients, and from scheduled face-to-face class activities to an abrupt shift to teams teaching and learning. And through the struggles and changes of these transitions, this group of students stayed focused, resilient, determined, and flexible. They did all this while maintaining the high standards of performance that we expect of students in our program. My dear graduates, today we celebrate your professionalism, your personal investment in your work, and we recognize the contributions of your families, friends, and the personal sacrifices that you had to make to cross this finishing line. Today and in days to come, we will honor you, appreciate you, and celebrate what you were able to accomplish at a time that tested all of us and in which you emerged triumphant. Congratulations, counseling program, class of 2020. So this is a good start to the sounds. I would like to invite Dr. Jarosky to step forward and to just make a few remarks.
Hi, everyone. I'm not going to step forward, but maybe I'll sit forward a little bit. And such is the COVID existence, right? We have to change even our metaphors to lived experiences. Just looking at all of you on the camera today, I'm just so filled with gratitude. Gratitude about a lot of things, but mostly just warmth and gratitude on or about who you are and the work that we've done over the past few years. I think back, I sat in the internship class just an hour ago, and I was just filled with joy at seeing students who I'd seen in lab just a short time ago, and to see how much they've learned, how much they've grown, how sophisticated their thinking is. I was inspired and just feeling very grateful that I was part of that growth for all of you, that I've been a part of that. I've watched you, the sophistication in how you think about clients, and also the connections between the two of you. And just today, when students said to the other, "Oh, I'll just meet you after class. We'll talk about how to do that." And that collaborative, those relationships, and I feel honored to have been a part of them. that all of you have invited me into your homes. And you've been in my home now. You're sitting in my bedroom. And so that's a special relationship. And I don't worry about having you in my bedroom, because I just feel that you all have sort of met this challenge with dignity, with respect, with flexibility, and that's how far you've all grown. I'm inspired to think about you moving out into the world. I know now, I know that you're going to do good work, that you have the knowledge, the skills, and also, especially now, the flexibility to meet the challenges that you're going to be facing once you graduate from here and on your own, working in the field. And I guess I'm also feeling a little bit of sadness. Sorry, my kitty's coming here. He wants to join us. I've seen your kids online, and you've seen my kitties and my kids, I guess, too, and your dogs. Anyway, I'm just feeling a little bit of sadness too. I've never been invited into the lives of students in the way that I have been, particularly now this semester, but also in this last year. And I think about the ways that you've touched my life. I'm thinking about Gavin. You brought me some lovely Greek pastries when I was sick and exhausted and could barely get up in my office one day. And Steph, how many times have you checked in and said, how are you doing in your move? And all of you have done pieces of that, and so extended that gratitude and that relationship that you have with each other to me. And so I'm filled with sadness at saying goodbye to all of you, because you've also respected and supported me. But mostly I'm just inspired by the work that you're doing now and the work that you're going to be doing in the future. So congratulations to all of you.
I'd like to welcome Dr. Julie Welkowitz.
Thank you. Good afternoon, graduates, and welcome, family and friends. And I'm hoping my Wi-Fi stays the course here with multiple people in my family on it. I've relegated my son to the car to do his class right now, so we'll see how this works. So I think a common theme here, you're all acutely aware that you're graduating during a pandemic, which is perhaps one of the most significant events to affect not only your life, obviously, but those that you love and those that you don't know at all, living on continents all around the world. I realize that, as Jane said, as a result of this pandemic, many of your lives have been thrown into upheaval. For some of you, it created significant, very significant financial stress. For others, it was the stress of trying to be a teacher or a full-time childcare provider to your children while still being a student yourself. And as Jane mentioned, I've seen many of your kids as well as your pets in the background or in the forefront of our screens. I remember, Chris, your kid in the background pulling things down, and I'm like, Chris, watch out behind you. And for many of you, it was also, you found yourself in complete isolation, not able to connect with others through your normal classes and your typical routines. And then for many, it was this underlying sense of anxiety, finding yourself challenged to focus on academic work, while at the same time being afraid either for yourself or your loved ones. And I think that it's in these hardest times that we learn the most about ourselves, our priorities, and our communities of support. So I just want you to take a minute to consider for yourself first, what are the strengths that you have to draw upon? How did you manage to get through the last few months? How did you do assignments when you didn't think that was possible? I know that many, many, many of you came to me saying, I can't possibly do the assignments. And then for most of you, perhaps for all of you here today, you did them. Somehow you managed to get them done. So how did you do that? How did you deal with the isolation, or, for some of you, the boredom, when you didn't think you could make it through a day or even a week of being alone in your home? Or for some, how did you deal with the chaos of trying to fill multiple roles concurrently? Second, based on what you learned about yourself, what gives you the hope that you can continue to keep your head above water and beyond that, meet some of your personal and career goals? And third, what did you decide was the most important when you couldn't do it all, right? Because you were juggling a lot. So how did you decide what to let go of? And how did you come to terms with letting go, particularly if you've always been a super achiever? And I know I had that conversation with many of you. And lastly, how did you reach out to others or ask for help? Who was there to support you? And who do you want to be connected with? Are there others on this Zoom celebration who have stood by your side, not only through graduate school, but perhaps through your whole life? And are there new people who recently entered your life to be of support and connection? So it's my hope that you remember this not only for yourself, but that you're able to apply this learning to those that you work with as you move into your clinical work. People who come to seek your help will be typically experiencing some type of hardship in their lives. And from my perspective, being able to help them remember their strengths, rekindle their sense of hope, understand their values, and foster their connections to others is a main part of the work that you'll be doing. It's also my hope that through this experience, or perhaps for some of you, your past experiences, that you've learned the importance of reaching out to others and being there for others, not just in your clinical work, but in the communities that you form going forward. I know that many of you have already been doing that for each other. And Anne just mentioned that as well. And I've also personally witnessed your kindness last year when I was going through my own experiences of loss. Obviously, this pandemic has not affected everyone equally. So please be aware of those who are struggling, whether because of this pandemic or otherwise, and consider the ways that you can personally be helpful. For some of you, it may take the form of advocacy. For some, it may be your volunteer work. And for others, maybe it's lending a kind word and paying it forward. So congratulations, graduates, and remember to thank those of you who have carried you forward.
I'd like to welcome Tim Weil.
I was trying to figure out how to unmute. Well, hello, everybody. So I've always wanted to give a graduation speech, and so I've compiled years of speeches that I'm going to give to you today. It's only going to take about 2 hours, so settle back. No, maybe not, Jane. All right, never mind. Let's see. So I have not had the opportunity to meet or work with many of you, but those of you I have had the chance to work with have been truly remarkable. And if this is true of a few of you, I am quite sure it is true of all of you. So let me start by saying thank you for being the kind and inquisitive people that you are. For those of you who I have worked with, try not to fall asleep while I say a few words about what I've experienced with you all. That tells me what amazing counselors you are already. Some of it I am sure you've heard from me before. And before I launch into that, let me introduce myself to those of you I don't know. As you've heard, I'm Tim Weil, and I've been an adjunct faculty member for a number of years, focusing primarily on those folks who are training to be school counselors. I've worked in the counseling field for about 40 years, the last 22 as a school counselor, and I'm very pleased to be here to celebrate with you all today. Some of the skills I value most in counselors, you students have demonstrated already. Curiosity, the capacity to be a good thinker, unconditional positive regard, and a deep sense of compassion. Sure, being able to design a good curriculum plan for a group is important. Being able to collaborate with others is crucial. And having a sense of humor and perspective will help you survive. And those first four, well, they really matter to me. One of the things I've found from everyone I've encountered in this program is a genuine sense of curiosity. Who is this person I am sitting across from? How have they made sense of their world? And how can I come to understand their perspective as legitimate and making sense to them? Being able to suspend our own lenses on the world and to come to understand theirs means that we are able to acknowledge and appreciate all that our clients and students have experienced and the unique vision of the world they have created as a result. And how amazing is that? To really seek to understand another's world. Please, never stop being curious. I've also found everyone I've worked with in the program to be good thinkers. You've been trained in this program by fine minds, and fine minds with often different perspectives. As it is in the program, it is in the world. You've been challenged to understand these perspectives and to make sense of the world and the job ahead in ways that integrate and incorporate these varied perspectives. This has made you a stronger thinker and developed your sense of what matters to you, what you want to be paying attention to as you continue to refine your practice. Never stop challenging your own beliefs, and never stop advocating for those whose beliefs may fall outside that of the dominant culture. Think for yourselves about what is right and summon the courage to stand up for that. The students in my classes have also modeled unconditional positive regard. They've accepted me as their teacher, for goodness sake. And that takes some real unconditional positive regard. And as we've talked about in those classes, this mindset invites people to see themselves in their best light, often challenging some otherwise unfortunate and inaccurate perspectives on themselves. I know that for all of you, your willingness to practice giving and receiving feedback in ways that invite growth over judgment has had a profound impact on your cohort and will serve you so well in the years ahead. And appreciating the strengths of those we work with, instead of focusing on deficits, is what truly sets counselors apart. Find the good in everyone. And finally, compassion. As I struggle to follow the formats and systems the university requires, and recently had to make the jump to online learning, many of you, staff included, have shown me incredible compassion as well as support. And while I have grown a bit in my capacities to manage technology, moving perhaps into the late 1950s, you have not only shown compassion for my struggle, but have offered kindness and encouragement. And as a result, our classrooms have become places of collaboration and shared growth, in which we respect and trust our shared capacities to learn. While your future clients and students will struggle in different ways to do the work, alter self-destructive patterns, or even simply to show up, your willingness to be positive and supportive and compassionate will truly set the tone for a collaborative working relationship based upon respect. So while I've not had the opportunity to work with all of you, I have had a window into what you've learned in the process of becoming a counselor. You have so much to be proud of. And I'm telling you the truth when I say how fortunate I feel to have been able to work in a program that turns out graduates like yourselves. The task ahead will require many things of you, and up among them to be curious, to be a good thinker who's willing to challenge the inequities in the world, to see the good in people when they struggle to do so themselves, and to hold compassion in lieu of judgment. And trust this old guy when he tells you, if you do these things, you will be offered the ultimate gift of people's trust in their most vulnerable times. And that, I can tell you, is pretty extraordinary. So go out and change the world, people. We need you out here. Congratulations, and my very best to each of you.
Thank you so much, Anne, Julie, and Tim, for those very moving reflections, which I hope will stay with our graduating class and our continuing students as they begin to explore new horizons in their lives and in their careers. In this second segment of our ceremony, I'm going to invite our faculty to recognize students individually. We will announce the degree that a student is earning from our program, as well as where they completed their internship experience. And then we will invite each graduating student who's present here today to just share some words with us, a minute of reflection with us. If we have time left towards the end, we will invite everybody else, anyone who has something to say, to also do so. not all the students who are graduating this summer and in August were able to attend today's ceremony. So we may have some time at the end for folks and all the support systems who are reflected here today to also share a word. I'm going to start, and the first student that I would like to recognize today is Tessa Bolts. Congratulations, Tessa. I can see you at the bottom corner of my screen. Tessa is graduating with a degree in clinical mental health counseling. That is a Master of Science in clinical mental health counseling. She completed her internship requirements at St. Michael's College. I'd like to invite Tessa to say a word.
So Tessa's having technical difficulties. So I don't think she's actually aware that she's even being introduced right now.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to let you know.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Nalini. We'll move on. And if she's able to get on, if she's able to pass on that message, that would be great. Then we can give her the chance to speak.
Absolutely.
Yes. Another student that I'd like us to recognize is Per Eisenman. Per completed the program as a part-time student, so he's been here a long time, but he's finally graduating this May with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And I would also like to introduce Nalini Flanders. Nalini is graduating with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Science, and she completed her internship at Champlain College. Nalini, would you say a word?
I think, yeah, this is absolutely not how I expected to finish this program. But I feel really grateful that there is this celebration and that all of the faculty members were so supportive throughout this pandemic and throughout the entire program. It's definitely a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but I feel really proud of myself and each and every one of you from this whole process.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, Nalini. I would also like to congratulate Tess Lebowitz. Tess will also be graduating with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, and she is in the process of completing her internship at Middlebury College. Then I would like to congratulate Jennifer Magoon. Jennifer is also in the process of completing her internship at Middlebury College and will be graduating with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. Emily McDonald is also graduating with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, and she has just completed her internship at Champlain College. Stacy Tokers is also graduating with a Master of Science degree in Clinical Mental Health Counseling, and she literally completed her internship yesterday at UVM. And finally, I'd like to introduce Kathy Wolf, who's completing her internship experience at the Counseling Center of Addison County, and she will be graduating with a Master of Science degree in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. When Tessa is able to log in, we'll give Tessa a chance to speak. Julie, would you like to introduce your group?
Okay, let me try that again.
Yeah.
I would like to introduce and congratulate Jennifer Blanchard, who I saw somewhere on the screen before, I believe. And she is going to be graduating with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And she has been completing her internship at Riverstone Counseling. Something in the background, Riverstone Counseling, Spectrum Youth and Family Services. So Jenny, are you here somewhere?
I am here. You just have to.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, arrow, I'm somewhere.
So would you like to say a few words?
Sure. I guess start with admitting that this was one of the hardest things I've ever done, going through this program and learning the amount that I've learned in the 2 years. And I have appreciated beyond belief the collaboration of my peers and the kindness towards me as an older student. I've made friends with young students who have been empathetic and very respectful of my differences, and have really, really helped me get through something I was surprised by being as intense as it was. So I'm really grateful to all my classmates, their humor, their deep kindness, and willingness to change and grow all together, and to my advisor. Well, all of my professors I have thoroughly enjoyed, learned so much from. I'm so grateful to. I just need to say my advisor, Professor Welkowitz, has been a particular support and a great role model in many ways for me that I will take with me forward with great gratitude. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jenny. The next person is James Fitzgerald, who will also be graduating in August with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And he is completing his internship at Central Vermont Substance Abuse Services. James, would you like to say a word?
Yeah, I had no idea what I want to say. I've just been reflecting on like everything that we have been through as a cohort, and to end in the middle of a global pandemic, I'm just amazed beyond words that we all got through, and we're at this point. I'm just really impressed with the program, my cohort, all the professors, and just how quickly we all switched over to a new way of doing things. And I'm really looking forward to my path ahead. And so I'm trying to stay like in the moment and get through this semester and my internship. But I've been reflecting a lot on my journey and what it's going to look like ahead. Started looking for work already, keeping my, my view ahead in the forefront of my mind, but trying not to get too caught up in projecting. So yeah, I couldn't believe, like, if you told me 10 years ago that this is where I would be today, I wouldn't have believed you. This has been quite a journey. Thank you all. That's it.
Thank you, James. Congratulations. The next student is Emily Hurd, who will also be graduating in August with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And she is completing her internship at Washington County Mental Health Services in the Center for Counseling and Psychological Services. Congratulations, Emily. And would you like to say a word?
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a ride these past 2 years, and I'm really grateful for the people I've met and the lessons I've learned. And as we all have, I've grown so much professionally and personally, and really look forward to planning my next chapter. And I'm also really grateful that we have this opportunity to celebrate and honor all of our accomplishments. And I'll be sending everyone lots of love and well wishes as we figure out our paths. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Congratulations. The next student is Travis Miller, who will be graduating in August with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And Travis is completing his internship at Lamoille County Mental Health Services with children, youth, and families. And he previously also completed an internship at NFI St. Albans. Congratulations, Travis. And would you like to say a few words?
Thanks, Julie. Yeah, sure. I guess to answer the question is like, who could have seen this coming? Nobody, but history unfolds before ourselves each and every day, and we're part of that. And part of that story is filled with, for us, compassion, grit, and resilience. I see it as a part of our collective story, and so much more goes to our own unique individual ones. We all started off with lab, and we even followed through with going down with a march on Church Street for some of us. And now we're here in the middle of a pandemic, but hopefully not next time. But if something like this comes again, we're ready, and we're so ready because we have each other. We did it, and we're doing it. We're going to continue to do it. We're catalysts for change and for hope. And I hope we each, for whoever it's worth, get to revel in our success and our celebration as we move forward in the many more that we make. And at the end of this day, I'm going to be filled with gratitude. That's what my cup is going to be filled with. It's going to be filled with gratitude and hope and just excitement for the future and seeing what everyone puts out there. So thank you to the faculty, and thank you to everyone who I got to share this journey with.
Congratulations, Travis. The next student is Kathleen Osborne, who will be graduating in August with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And Katie is finishing her internship at Centerpoint Adolescent Treatment Services. I'm not sure if I saw Kate. I don't think I saw Katie here today. No. Okay. So the next person is Clarissa Stevens. And Clarissa will be graduating in August as well with a Master of Science in Clinical Mental Health Counseling. And Clarissa is completing her internship at Washington County Mental Health Services in the Intensive Care Services Division. I don't think I saw Claire here either. So on that note, I just want to say again, congratulations to those students. And now I will turn it over to Dr. Jarowski to introduce the next set.
Before Dr. Jarowski moves on, Tessa has been able to log on. Tessa, are you on? Excellent.
Yeah,
Tessa has been able to log on. So we'll get Tessa when we can. So we want to really congratulate Tessa for logging on and for graduating with a master's degree, Master of Science degree in clinical mental health counseling. Tessa completed her internship requirements at St. Michael's College. Tessa, would you say a word?
Yes, thank you for your patience. I appreciate you waiting for me. And I just want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. It's been so great to go on this journey with you all.
Thank you, Tessa. Anne?
Hi again, everyone. I'm so honored to introduce the students who were in my spring internship class who are graduating. Before I do that, just want to give a shout out to Chris and Steph and Ella, who will be graduating really soon, and you're not forgotten. And we're hanging in here, and we're with you on the rest of your journey as you finish up your requirements. Fern Aguda Brown is graduating, just graduated yesterday, a couple of days ago, with a MS in counseling with a specialty in school counseling. Fern completed her second internship at Stowe High School, and she is already employed for the fall in an elementary school, but she can tell you about that. Fern, would you like to say something?
Sure, yeah. I just want to say it's been such an honor to be with you all. I've learned so much from you all working alongside you and just being next to you. I think in these past 3 years, it's been a lot of personal growth for myself and professional. And so just feeling super grateful for everybody, and just can't wait to see where you all, what your next steps are, and to stay in touch with folks. So thank you all.
Great, thanks, Fern. And Hannah Doan is also graduating. She'll be graduating in August, just finishing up a couple more things at St. Albans Town School, where she's doing her internship now. Where are you? Let's see, I saw you, Hannah. Hannah's degree will be in a Master's of Science in Counseling with a specialty in school counseling, and she too is already employed. Hannah, would you like to say, there you are. Would you like to say something?
Sure. Yeah, I'm echoing everyone's statements of gratitude for this program, you know, everyone in the cohort and also the professor better version of myself, and feeling really grateful for the experiences in this program. Wasn't super excited about all the mandatory vulnerability that I didn't know came with this program at the beginning of it. But I think that's really, it's been such an area of growth for me, and I'm just so grateful for all the professors and all their flexibility and compassion and kindness through all of this. And Anne and Tim particularly were just so, I just learned so much from both of you and so much from the other members of my cohort, and especially the school folk. So grateful for that crew of people. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be a counselor at a high school up in Newport, Vermont, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, congrats everyone on holy cow, we made it through the end of this thing.
Yeah, we did. And thanks for stepping up to those unexpected challenges, Hannah, and all of you. Linnea, Jean is, oops, I skipped Jessie, but we'll just stay with Linnea. Did a second internship. She's done 2 internships. She was in the dual option. Her first internship in the clinical mental health track was at Howard Center, working with youth and families. And then she just completed the second part of her training, which is the school counseling track, where Linnea was just finishing up at Champlain Elementary School. And so she will graduate. She did graduate a few days ago with a dual option degree in clinical mental health and school counseling. Linnea?
Thank you. Yeah, the past 3 years, you've all become such an important part of my life. To the professors, I'm so grateful for all the opportunities and experiences you provided me. And the classmates, thank you for inviting me and welcoming me into your cohort. It's been a great 3rd year. And I'm really thankful to my family who's on this call as well. Thanks for all your love and support. Congrats, everyone. Thanks.
Thanks, Linnea. Jessie Donnelly is also graduating she's graduating in August, and she will have a master's of science degree in counseling with a specialty in school counseling. Jessie just completed, or is almost finished completing her second internship at Georgia Middle School. Jessie?
Hi, everyone. Yes, although we're not physically together, I'm just so grateful to be here with you all. It's difficult to put all of my gratitude into just a few short words because I have so much to be thankful for. Thank you to all my professors just for believing in me when I've doubted myself. I once wrote in Tim's class that as a school counselor, I aim to let go without giving up hope. And I hold on to that sentiment as I prepare for my first school counseling job at Charleston Elementary School in Charleston, Vermont. So I'm just really excited to meet my future students and listen to their unique stories. Social and emotional learning just will be so crucial during these next few months, and as it always is. And I'm really excited to rise to that challenge. And finally, as always, thank you to my parents who are on this call and for your love and support and encouragement. I love you both, and thank you.
I'm so heartened to hear about all of you who have jobs and know that the rest of you are on your way, that you'll be working with youth and families and adults in our communities. So congratulations, Jessie, on that. Jim Kelleher is the next person who was in my spring internship. Jim is also, has just graduated in May with an MS in counseling with a specialty in school counseling. Jim did his last internship at Winooski High School. Jim?
Thanks, Anne. I just want to, again, echo the similar messages as everyone else. For me, it's been 4 years and 3 cohorts, and each one has welcomed me in as if I was there with them at the beginning, and I so appreciate that. It's been I spent the last couple weeks really reconnecting even with my original cohort and everyone else along the way. I just, it's been such a huge group, and I appreciate everyone's help and working with me to work through this, and particularly with the professors and Tim and Dr. Smith, who've helped me along the way. And it's why I have accepted a position at Champlain Elementary as the school counselor. So I will be getting started there pretty soon, and I look forward to everything, and I appreciate everyone's help along the way.
Yeah, congratulations, Jim. And next we have Gavin Santa Cruz, who has finished his internship requirements, finishing up at IAA this past spring and just completing a few more classes over the summer, and will graduate in August with an MS in counseling with a specialty in school counseling. Gavin?
Yes, hi, can everyone hear me? Great. So I just want to say thank you to the professors for showing patience, understanding, and compassion during this really unsettling time. I can't thank you enough for just how you exuded kindness to all of us during this unsettling time, and just supporting us as we are on our way out into the professional world of counseling. And I'm just so grateful for the people that I met through the past 2 years. And some of the people in here, Tessa and Darcy, we were in our interviews together. So it's like from alpha to omega, beginning to end. And I'm just so appreciative that we were all able to connect on some level, whether it was in class or if it was after school going for a walk or cheese nights. And I'll miss those times. And I hope that we continue to connect, collaborate, and consult, and get together as friends and professionals too. So thank you.
And then Haley Short, who was anticipating graduating in August and then had the pleasant surprise a few weeks ago of graduating in May with a master's in science in clinical mental health counseling. And Haley just finished up her internship at the Jean Garvin School. Haley?
Thank you, Anne. I am so excited. It's so good to see all of your faces. I wish we were in Mann Hall, and I wish I could hug each and every one of you. I'm just so grateful and thankful for the past 2 years and all of the ways that I've grown and learned, both professionally and personally. I feel like I've truly found my people, and y'all are it. So I'm so excited to continue this journey together. And yeah, I'm a little emotional. I've been getting goosebumps with everyone's messages today because I truly love all of you so much. And I feel like there isn't one person in our cohort and even the cohorts around us that I haven't learned just so much from. So I just want to say thank you. And I do want to give an extra thank you. And I know I've done this so many times for the school folks for just taking me in and really just like shaping and growing my ability to work in a school in a clinical mental health way. And like, it's slightly different, but I'm just so thankful. And I'm so thankful for the professors and to have just gotten to grow along all of you.
Thanks, Haley. Back to Jane, I think.
Yeah. Congratulations, our students. One of the really great opportunity we had with doing this ceremony on Zoom is that we thought, we can invite the students to speak. And now I'm wondering why we've never done this in the past, So with this process that was so unusual, we are going to begin a new tradition where during these graduation ceremonies, we just take time to just give each student a minute to say a word, and to reflect on what they're thinking about at that particular moment. We have a few minutes before we need to wrap up. So I want to invite anyone else who's on the call, and if you have something that you'd like to share, if you could please do so before we wrap up our ceremony today. Just unmute, go ahead. I can see some eager faces.
All right, yeah, I'll do it. No, I'm very impressed with the University of Vermont and certainly proud of our daughter Jessica and how she has grown over actually the past 6.5 years, but in particular the past 2 years. And you guys have a great program, and I know all her the folks in her class she spoke very highly of, and especially the professors and the folks that are training her. And it's all paid off. And all I can say is we're really proud of you and our daughter and all her classmates.
Can I just jump? And can I just jump in and ask if you know where Charleston is? Have you located it on the map yet?
Oh yes, we'll look it up.
Congratulations.
There are farms around.
Already.
They are so thrilled to have her, and they're lucky to have her.
It's only 3.5 hours from us.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you.
This is Linnea's mom, and I'm feeling a little moved today. But I just want to say how it's been wonderful to follow her journey through the program. What a treat to get to meet some of the professors she's spoken so highly of over the years, and to also see some of her classmates who are graduating with her. So thank you all. Congratulations to everybody, and good luck.
This is Linnea's dad, Bill. I was in the school counseling profession for 27 years, and it's encouraging to see so many enthusiastic, bright young people moving in that direction. When I first started, I too was a dual mental health and school counseling professional, and the overlap is really valuable. And Jane and I had Anne and I had contacts with each other many, many years ago. And I appreciate all the opportunities that the UVM program has afforded Linnea and all of your students. Thank you.
Anyone else would like to say anything?
I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you guys, and especially I'm so excited to see my school group on here, and I'm so excited for all of you and all of that you've accomplished. And man, I'm gonna miss you guys next year, and this next cohort has a lot to live up to, because you are a fantastic group of people who are just gonna you're just gonna make such amazing impact on kiddos' lives, and I'm so excited to hear about what you guys do next year. So a huge congratulations to all of you.
Yeah, I definitely want to echo that. I feel so honored to know all of you in the ways that I do, and to have witnessed parts of your journey. And I've been reflecting on just what it means to be a really good counselor, and that it is this combination of having the skills, absolutely, and the training, and also the authenticity. And that's what I love about this group, is that I think we really embody both of those, and I've learned so much about how to put those pieces together alongside you. So thank you all so much, and good luck, and stay in touch.
Well, the counseling program is a very unique learning experience. Not only does the program require really significant academic challenge, so our students are challenged academically in a very rigorous program, and one of the highest student credit hours generating program at the university. But our program is also challenging on a personal level. Any student who's invested in their degree and gone through this program successfully has been personally transformed. It changes how you think, it expands your value system, challenges it, questions it, and it also challenges you on an interpersonal level. Our students who are graduating today are in very many ways 10 times better human beings than they were when they joined us, because they've examined themselves in ways that were unprecedented and unexpected for them. And they've learned how to do this in an ethical and professional way. So in very many ways, like everyone has said, you are uniquely positioned to transform the lives of the clients that you'll interact with, your families, your personal relationships, and the communities that you will engage in. And we are so proud that we get to claim you as graduates of our program. So thank you. Thank you for joining our community. Thank you for completing what you set out to do. Congratulations. Make sure you take some time to celebrate with friends. Do it online, you know, the Zoom party, and celebrate your accomplishment, celebrate your commitment, your resilience, and the unique journey that your cohort has experienced, and on your way to completing your degree requirements in May and August 2020. Congratulations, everybody.
Yay.
Yes, we did it. We kept time. Yes, we didn't want to do that. We did it. We kept time, and you know, go ye, do all that pertains to this degree. I think that will be it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bye, everybody.
Congratulations, everyone. Thanks. We'll miss you guys.
Congrats.
Congrats, everybody. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Nice to meet all the families too.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Nice to meet all the families. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, Chris and your little ones.
Yes, Chris.
They're getting big.
Yeah, that's Jane right there. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm going to wrap it
Yeah.
up. Yes.
This one was born while I was studying.
Yeah.
Oh, I am very good at riding my bike. And the sun looks really funny outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Do I
I think
leave?
Yay.
wow, it was very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. That was great. That was good
Okay,
job. And you're right. We need to do that next time.
Yes.
Have the, I don't know what we were waiting for.
Waiting for it's so much better than all the other things we do. It just give them the space and the stage. And I really, as I listened to them, I was like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
Yeah, very nice. And it was so lovely to hear the parents too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, take care, everyone.
Okay, take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye, everyone.